And we started making names right away. And I loved it. I was robbing drug dealers, taking their gold right off their neck. And the shit we did, who's going to call the police on you? A drug dealer?
I can identify with anything that was normal, to be honest with you. But I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
99% of the time, you're going to disagree.
Just like the Donnie Brasco situation with Lefty?
Yeah, because the reason why, they figure it this way. You brought this guy around, he ratted on everybody, now he ratted on you. You might turn around and join him and rat on us, so we get rid of you, there's no connection between there and there, and they get rid of you.
Welcome, everybody. So today, I got Ori Spado with me.
So listen to this story. I got to tell you a story. I had a meeting. We were with an investor friend of mine. We had some guys in the cannabis business. They were looking for $40 million. And from what they told us, it was a great idea. And so we had a meeting with them. I brought them in. They were from Santa Cruz. And with my financier. And my financier says, I'll put $10 million in.
On your behalf?
He liked the deal. It was a great deal. He said, we'll put $10 million, just like that. He said, I need your deck. I need this. I need that. All right, you work with Ori to get all that there. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so after the meeting, we leave, and now we walk outside of the restaurant, and there's a park there. And there's a place, an elevator go for where you park your car. I was walking that day. And so Eric, he's standing next to me. I light up a cigarette. Eric and I are talking. And this little freaking guy comes up and points his finger at me like this. That's his first mistake. Yeah. And he says, no smoking in Beverly Hills, and that's the law. So I look at him, I go like this. I said, well, you get this, asshole. I said, my name is Ori Spado. Don't forget that. I said, you go to City Hall, I got special permission from my doctors because they said if I quit, I will die.
Because of your...
And there was a big pillar. And he walked behind the pillar. My friend Eric goes, only Ori Spado could do that. I said, I'll see you, Eric. Now, I'm walking. Now I'm starting to walk towards Cannon Drive. A police officer comes up behind me. He was nice. He says, sir, can I have a word with you, please? I turn around. I said, well, officer, you asked me nicely. Yes, you can. What's the problem? He said, look, sir, would you please put the cigarette out? They passed this law in Beverly Hills. I said, well, seeing you asked me nicely, so I put the cigarette out.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm getting sick and tired of this freaking town. I said, no smoking? I said, I got as much rights as somebody who don't smoke. I said, I'm still a citizen of this freaking country. I said, I'm getting the fuck out of here. He says, sir, I'm right behind you. And then I go, by the way, I said, who was that little asshole that had the balls to come up to me and point his finger like he did? Who was he?
Yeah.
He says, sir, that was the mayor.
I can't do So you told the mayor to go call the mayor's office? Because, oh my God, man. What are the chances of that?
I'll tell you, I got well known for that. My friend Eric, every guy he knew in town, he told them all about me.
That is hilarious, man. Wow.
If anybody wants to purchase my book,
yes,
okay, you could purchase an autographed copy directly at my website, www.theaccidentagangster.com. Or you can go to Amazon and purchase it.
We're going to be hitting the world. We're going worldwide with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure everyone goes out there and gets Ori's book. We're gonna be doing an interview soon. We're gonna get detailed into his story, and it's gonna be great. Make sure you go get a copy of his book. It's The Accidental Gangster, and I'll leave a link for it in the description down below. What are your plans?
I give you a little background. I think it was on Facebook or Instagram this morning. In one of the clubs that I'm in, a guy wrote a picture we had about Joe Iannuzzi, Joe Dogs.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who he was. Well, I wrote back, well, I knew Joe down in Florida. He tried to set me up. And what happened, I had an attorney who was from upstate New York. And in those days, he was rated number 3 criminal attorney in the state of New York. The guy was good.
How much was it for a retainer for him?
I know with me back then, the first was $25,000, but he ended up with a lot more than that. And that was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of money, man.
And, but what happened was my friend was trying to get his license in Florida, but because he was part of a mysterious fire in Utica, New York, that they were still investigating, they would not give him, allow him into the bar in Florida. So he was doing whatever he had to do. And he called me up, told me he met this guy, and wanted me to come up for dinner in Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went up there, brought my wife. The lawyer was with his wife, and Joe Dogs was there. And we're talking, and Joe Dogs, he had all the gold, all that shit, you know. Yakking, this and that. And now I was starting an escort service. And I was going to have, and I wanted my phone lines would have been Dade County, but I wanted the phone number. I needed an office in Broward County.
Mm-hmm.
So now Joe Dog says, I can help you there. I'll get you in all the hotels, the Diplomat, the Fontainebleau. Don't worry, I got a place for you. I'll introduce you to a guy. So that's great, okay? So now I get up and I go to the men's room. I come back. We finish the meeting. We leave. My second wife was a very beautiful woman. And she tells me that Joe Dogs tried to hit on her when I went to the men's room. Right then and there. Because that's a no-no.
You don't do that, man.
Okay? So now he calls me up and he tells me, hey, listen, I got this guy. You got to meet him. He's got an office for you in Broward County, where you could have your phones ring in, everything. I said, okay. I said, tell the guy to meet me at Stan's on Commercial Boulevard. Stan's was on the Intercoastal. So normally I would just pull up to Stan's, give the valet my car. But this time I parked across the street. And because I asked him, what the guy looked like.
Oh, the one that was hitting on your girl.
No, I knew what he looked like. That was Joe Dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm looking at all the people getting out of their cars. Then I see a car come up. And it had all the Monroe, all the, it was a new car. And it still had all the stickers on the window.
Yeah.
I see a guy get out. That was the guy. I'm going to myself, why the fuck is this sticker still on the window? That's because that guy's an FBI agent. Flew in and the dealer gave him the car.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they got their deals with different dealers,
Yeah.
So I went and I met with the guy. I said, I'd like to see the office. He drives me out. He said, it's a real estate office, this and that. He said, it's perfect for you. And he goes and he unlocks the door. Now you walk in, there's not a soul in there. It's a real estate office.
Yeah.
And there's desks. On each desk is a pad of paper and a pen. Pad of paper and a pen. I mean, it looked like every desk was exactly the same.
Yeah. What year was this?
Phones were not ringing, nothing. And I looked at him. I said, I said, thank you very much. I said, but I decided I'm not going to go into that business. I said, I'm going to California.
Yeah. What year was this, Ori?
That had to be 1977, something like that there. I can't remember the year. Somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
Had to be 75 to 77, I would say.
What ended up happening with Joe Dogs?
Well, Joe Dogs was an informant. He was an informant at that time.
So Joe Dogs was working with the FBI, and he sent the guy with the nude stickers on the car to talk to you.
Yeah,
and
that was an FBI agent that he sent. And I'll tell you how I found out about that there. Okay, you got to remember, no crime was committed.
Yeah.
Okay. I just said, boy, I'm going. And I went back and I told the lawyer, I said, stay away from that guy. Now, eventually, that guy went through a couple of people like that there. The lawyer did. And then finally he called me one day. He says, because I kept telling him, I said, I'll introduce you to Sonny. You know what? I met Sonny in 78, so it had to be right after that. Okay?
Yeah.
Because Sonny was out of prison. Wasn't 77.
Sonny wasn't out of jail for a long time, though, right?
No. Sonny didn't get out till, I think, 1978 is when he got out the first time.
Yeah.
I think after 12 years, like.
Have you ever met Sammy the Bull, Ori?
No, I never met Sammy.
No.
I met John. I never met Sammy. And, but anyways, years later, I'm in Los Angeles, and I had a seafood company. We distributed seafood to all the top-end restaurants. I had the best looking girls as salespeople. Gorgeous. I mean, we had Spago. We had all the best restaurants.
I don't doubt it.
So,
yeah.
But one day I'm going to the office. I get to the office. I get a call from the Secret Service. I was still on probation for my first case out of Syracuse, New York.
Was that the case with Sonny?
No, not a case.
No, yeah, that comes after, right?
Yeah, that was a different case.
Secret Service called you.
Secret Service called me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny and how it's really a funny story, because some girl approached me and she had checks and all sorts of money order and so forth. And I met her in a parking lot, and they weren't after me; they were after her. But when they saw me with her, they had pictures.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I get a call from the Secret Service. The guy's name was Stan something. I'll never forget. So he says, you better come down here. We want to see you, or we'll come up. We'll come to your office and pick you up with a chair, too.
Oh, no? So that the Secret Service telling you that.
Yeah.
But they're not, it's not the FBI yet.
No, it's not the FBI. Yeah. It's Secret Service.
Yeah, that's crazy. Same thing. Same difference.
So anyways, I go, yeah, I'll call you back. I call my probation officer. I said, I got to call. Do I have to go? They said, you got to go. Okay. So I call back. I said, all right, I'll come down. So I go down, and it was the Secret Service had their office in the Federal Building in downtown Los Angeles. I drive down. I get there. They take me into a little fucking room. 2 Secret Service agents are questioning me. First of all, they got my file. And they're going through things. Well, you were investigated for prostitution in Florida. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, I never did prostitution in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what the record. So that thing with Joe Dogs was in the fucking record. You follow me?
Yeah. So you know where that's coming from.
So I knew exactly where it came from. No place else that it could have came from.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm lucky. I told that guy moving to California, and I went to San Francisco first. Yeah.
So whatever happened with Joe Dogs? Did you ever see him
Joe
again?
Joe Dogs became an informant against Tommy A. and Joe Engel, a bunch of Gambino guys back in New York.
And so
actually, he was given a beating. Tommy A. was beating him. And my friend's restaurant on a Monday, Don's restaurant was closed. So they were close with my friend Don. They were giving a fucking beating when Don's wife, it's in the book. If you
in
read
your book? Oh, that's in your book?
No, it's in Joe Dogs is in my book, but it's in he wrote a book. It's in there when he was getting the beating, and Marilyn Ritz walked in the restaurant because she left something there.
Yeah.
And they had to stop beating him. Otherwise, you would have been dead.
Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah. So I just thought I'd throw that out because it was on social media today. Somebody wrote about Joe Dogs.
Yo, thank you, everybody. Everyone that says keep up the good work. Thank you. I plan on it. I'm just getting started. Make sure you go out and check Ori's book out. It's called The Accidental Gangster, and I'll put a link for it in the description down below. And so is there any stories that stick out in your head that with made members of any crime family?
Any particular story that I could talk about?
Yeah, anything. You could tell any story you want.
Well, being with Sonny Franchise, I used to be with him like on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Little Neck for a while. Sonny lived in Roslyn on Shrub Hollow Road. And I lived right between the LIE and Northern Boulevard. And there was a place right off the LIE Expressway.
That was in New York, right?
In New York, yeah. There was a little diner on the corner. And Sonny and I would meet there every day. And Sonny would come in, especially like in the wintertime. He'd sit down at the table. He'd look at the menu. He'd order his breakfast. And he'd go, hey, buddy, I got to go to the bathroom. And I'd be sitting at the table by myself, waiting for him.
Yeah.
And he'd always be gone maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then he'd come back in, have his food. I never knew what the hell he was doing.
Yeah.
What he was doing is he was going out the freaking window of the bathroom. Okay? Went to the other end of the mall, had a meeting with some guys and come back. Because, wherever Sonny was, the FBI were there.
I hope everyone's having a great day. I got something big. I got a surprise for tomorrow. Make sure you guys are tuned in. Louis the Lion, thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate that. Hey, Bill, Mr. Ori Lion here. I owe everything to him, teaching me how to figure out my own talents. Yeah, Ori's a great guy. Make sure you guys go check his book out, The Accidental Gangster. Yankees for life. What's good, man? Nick, how are you? So I got a huge surprise for tomorrow. Make sure you guys are tuned in. Don't miss it. It's going to be huge. And remember, don't be a bitch.